Hey everyone, I'm here to do a reading and deliver some messages using the Samhain Oracle. Can't wait to do this. I would like to do a few readings using this deck for this season around this time. And today this one is going to be about what kind of baggage you're carrying and how to reclaim your power. Okay, so let's get started. Calling on ancestors and angels, guides and guardians. Please share with us your guidance, your wisdom, the path forward for the highest good of all. Okay. First, we have seduction. What is the baggage you're carrying right now? So it is the call. It may be a sort of addiction to something that you don't realize you're sort of under a spell of. You're under some kind of influence of that. That might not, you might think is according to your own will, but maybe it's not so. Let's see. And how is it holding you back? The veil. So in relation to the seduction, you might be attracted to this idea. There's some kind of tradition that is attracting you. It's actually not preventing you. It's actually preventing you to see clearly. You're kind of pulled back by this desire and this vision that has been planted with you. And what do you have to do? Okay, let's stop here. Okay, seduction and the veil. The baggage you're carrying right now, I think it's a lot of it is a lot of external influences. And how does that make you feel right now? If you've been feeling like sort of in the fog, let's see what this card says. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. Okay. So with the veil, this could be the way it's holding you back. This might be a potent message at this time. Samhain is all about the veil. It is when you can see things that you knew were there, but you couldn't see. Or maybe it's a time when you see things that you were not expecting. So if you feel like you've been sort of held behind or struggling to decide what is true for you, this is what you have to cut back. It might be sexual attraction, sexual seduction, but it might also just be related to a very kind of primal human need. There's something that you need that you feel like someone else can give it to you, and you only have that path. So it is being attracted and held back by those external forces that is kind of blocking your intuition into heading to the space that you know you need to go and the truth that you need to see. And what is the thing that you have to do to cut back this baggage and cut the cord? Oh, okay. So with the new moon coming up, the dark moon is happening right now, tomorrow. This is the time you have to set the intention for renewal. You have to be able to sit to ground zero. You have to face with the darkness. What are things even in your mundane life that resembles this kind of spirit and this kind of courage? This is reminding me So where I live, if I go to town, I have to drive almost for an hour. And if it's on moonless nights, if it's around the new moon, waning moon, that means the drive is really dark. And often that that kind of stops me from going to town to do things, even if it's for fun things, things I like, or to see friends. And so kind of driving through the dark, I have to be extra vigilant. I have to be really awake, and I have to be careful and feel confident that I can deal with things that come up. That the dark moon translated to my everyday life could be like that. That the driving or the kind of along transportation, that might be where I infuse my intention, my magic, to say, okay, I want to see this thing in a different way. So think about your life. Are there things that feels like a big barrier or dark to you that you can try to bring in a new attitude and give it a try? There's always a chance to start again. It might seem like you're at the end of the road, but it is not. Especially if you know the power of spirit. Okay, so this is not like easy peasy kind of self-renewal thing to do. It is acknowledging that right now you are going through some kind of small transformation, and the time is ripe. Think about getting the dark moon right now as the new moon ascends. It could be very powerful. Align yourself to that spirit, to that opportunity, and call upon any spirit, any higher power that you believe in or you feel like is relevant to your situation. Call on them for help. And let's see, and yes, and what happens if you're able to break this cord, to cut this connection to seduction? And we have the element that is presenting, to me, that is kind of representing the powers of the earth, the earthy elements, fire, water, earth, and air. It's all the things that surround us. If you look at the physicality of it, and of course there's the magical and spiritual part of it. And I think this is bringing you into kind of a wholeness, whereas in seduction you might be really pulled in one direction. And here you can kind of see the entire wheel. You can see the big picture again, and you're going to come in and reignite the elements. They might have been dormant. You can think of it as elements of the four directions. You can think of them as chakras, different parts of your body that's driving your state of well-being right now. And if you can come back with your spirit, you can reignite that wholesome balance and kind of see all the energies in all the directions that you can expand. So in this context, don't be afraid of cutting off what has already happened. Don't be afraid to cut off the past, because light has revealed to show you a more empowering way forward, and you no longer have to. You don't owe the energetic connections you had before, if you're discovering that there is something better and something more connected with the elements. It's not just about having a more balanced view. It's also about being in harmony with all that is around you. That could be people, that could be spirit, that could be Mother Earth and nature. But there is a higher calling, spirits that are calling to you a more harmonious connection. Like here, this is almost the only card with a little bit more of a vibrant color, and that is what you want to do. That is where you want to be headed. So let the dark moon help you cut all the ties that were in the past that you feel like you had to follow through. Okay, so let's continue to pull more cards to see how you can reclaim your power. this here as a reminder of what would happen if you're able to cut that cord. Wrap up. Let's go back. And how to work with the dark moon. Potions and spells. Let's see. There's a strength you can rely on. Okay, here's a short confirmation of what's holding you back and how you can release it. So this is again saying there's the ritual is, if it continues the story of what's holding you back, again, it is the past and it is external influences. It is what has always been. And if you like, if it's something is tradition or something people around you do it the same way, then that's gotta be the truth, forever truth. But that's what is holding you back. And you can release it. Let's see, with the Potions and Spells card, this is talking about all the creative things. This is about taking action, trials and errors. This is about creativity. This is about putting intention into what you do. And it's also studying. It's putting things together, applying knowledge that you've learned, reaching out to new books, trying out if it's we can look at all the potions in our kitchen. That is the food you put in yourself, and what drives what you eat, what drives what you think your day should look like. Here kind of what you can rely on from your inner work and inner world and outer world. This is your strength that you have faced. You have been on journeys before. You have felt alone. We probably all have in our teenage years of having to discover and learn something for ourselves. And we feel like no one understands us. We feel like we're unique in our own journey. And that's when we had to find out things and develop perspectives and learn lessons on our own. And it could be that maybe afterward, then we realize, oh, this story has been written in all the books, all the movies, all the novels, all the poetry before. But we have to have gone through that perspective first, and you have gone through that. That is your strength. It's not like this is the first time you're dealing with change and breaking free of what used to be. So you have the strength within you to go on journeys. You're a traveler in life. You are the protagonist in your story. This is you can do. You're writing your script right now. And if you're looking for assistance within that, then it's the voices. It is the materials you feed yourself. We talked about something as mundane as eating. What comes into your life? What are the shelves and the stores that you go to? What are the things you eat, and does that come from newness and curiosity and trying out new things, foods that you didn't grow up with, or does that come from family and what is comforting and stories and all the memories, that all the loving reasons that's passed on to you. So yes, I don't know why I'm using eating and cooking as an example, But eating is the foundational part of our lives. If you want to infuse magic and intention into things, activities you cannot escape, it is thinking about nutrients, about eating and drinking. Okay, let's see. And here we are. This card is talking about how you can love yourself more. And it is going back to what you must do. It is going back to that dark moon coming up. And of course, during the night, especially as fall is coming, we're not really in darkness anytime. It might be hard for you to even notice that the moon is in its dark and new phase if you have lights all over you. But I'm sure you have been noticing the shortening of daytimes, the earlier sunset times. There are ways you can find sometimes the darkness help us see clearly. It can be because in the dark, you have to get used to it, and then your vision in that darkness sharpens, and suddenly in your bedroom with the lights out, slowly I'll see the outlines of the lamp of the closet, and you won't bump into it. It can be something like that. And it can also be the turning off, the shutting of external perspective. Once again, shutting off that that external view, that gaze of how you're fitting in, who you are based on all those external factors. If you shut them all off, what remains? Do you still have a deep-rooted opinion and identity for yourself? So you can also try that out, whether that's a longer-term thing like a digital detox, or where you just stop looking at other people's opinions, work, or you set some boundaries, have some more thinking time, and not let other people's description of you get to you. These are things that a little bit more related to self-care that maybe you can work with in conjunction of the new moon. Okay, and lastly, let's take a look at how the spirit is helping you with these are gifts and resources that your guides are giving you right now. And we have the bats. Okay, let's take cue from this. Let's not talk about what the pop culture view or the traditional human depiction of what bats mean. Those are usually like sinuous, connected to dark or dirty places. Let's take all of that away, and think about what they are as just animals on their own. They see in the darkness. Remember what we said about going back to what you can see and hear and feel for yourself. Once you tune everything, the bats, they're not relying on vision. So if you feel like the noisiest sensations you're getting is from the opinions and the social media posts you're seeing, tune that out and use your own way of connecting to yourself and connecting to a higher power and to the spirits. Let's see. So this is talking about the gift of not using the usual way of sensing. If something feels the easiest, if you feel like ChatGPT can give you the answers, easily cut that off and go back to your own power. Let's see, what does the deck says? You're being guided to tap into the hidden realms of your subconscious. It's time to peek into the dark caves and spaces. It's time for you to dig into your spirituality, face the good, the bad, and the ugly, but using your intuition. So try and see if you can distinguish the different feelings of struggle or barrier. Is it a struggle to go with what you feel is intuitive because of external factors? Then that might be a sign. If it's all because who someone else will say, what will they think? That's one way to differentiate it. If you feel like going with your intuition is hard because maybe you don't actually want to do it, or maybe you feel like that is actually not where you really want to be, that's also a sign. So it's always okay to try. Get started and try, and then see how that feeling flows. And the flow of the feeling, if it becomes easier, there's a sign there. If the feeling stays and you keep thinking about contradicting yourself, you keep thinking about pulling yourself back, then maybe that's the flow that is not meant to be. Okay. Okay, we've talked about all the seduction and maybe traditions that are holding you back. And to break free, you can depend on the opportunity of the darkness, of the energy, of your own experience in figuring out a new road. And Spirit saying, with the bat, yes, you have our help there. That's feeding your intuition. We have your community, or this also connects to intuition. If you're hearing guidance from your higher power, and also a lot of art and reading books, that will feed into things that can support on your journey. And what you can look forward to once you reclaim your power is this kind of new world, new possibility, a new state of feeling that things will once again open up, and you'll find more connection, more connectedness, instead of feeling like you're being limited. There's only one path of truth. There's only one path of being correct. This will open you up to a broader view of how truth and beauty and love exists in a lot of things. Okay. Is there anything? So yeah, I think that is the message right here. Happy new moon. Greet the darkness. Greet the darkness. And like the bat, maybe when you close your eyes and you cannot see, what is the exercise that you can do to develop another sense of connecting and knowing? Okay, thanks for being here, and perhaps I'll see you in another Samhain reading.